We're live now. All right, we're gonna start. Hi everyone, my name is Rada Ben Ali. I'm a software engineer and a member of the E-mma organization. On behalf of the team, I would like to welcome you to today's Code at Home session. As many of you know, these sessions are here for you to learn how to code by creating video games. And today's game, as you saw in the title, it will be an escape game. First, I'm gonna talk about how we organize these sessions, what we're gonna do, and in the end, you will actually receive an individual success certificate with your name on it after you're done. You have done this workshop. So, since it's a Scratch game, we are going to watch several videos, and after each video, we will explain to you the concept that were mentioned, and we will tell you how you're gonna code them step by step. We will go through all the steps with you, and you can tell us in the chat, and the YouTube chat, if you're stuck, if there's any issue on your side, or if you want us to explain something once more. Do not hesitate to tell us in the chat. We have a team who looks at the comments and will answer your questions. All right, we are going to post the links that you're going to use for this session in the chat, and you just have to click on them and tell us if it's good on your side. So the first thing we're going to do is post a link about the programming interface we are going to use, where we're going to put our code. So the team, can you post the link on the chat? And guys, just click on that link and tell us if it's opening and if you're done with that. We just posted the link. Click on that link and we are going to start coding. All right. When you open the link, you should have the same interface as me here, as I'm sharing on the screen. All right. In case you can't open the link, you can tell us. Okay, so we are going to watch the first video, the introduction to today's program, today's game.
Hey, and welcome to day 5 of Scratch Games. Today, you'll create an escape game where the player's character must avoid bouncing sprites. This game will introduce randomness, as well as a Scratch variable, the timer. Randomness is an important concept used in many different games. For example, whenever you play a game that involves rolling a die, such as Monopoly, each roll gives you a random number between 1 and 6. Randomness is often used in video games as well. In the Pokemon video games, players encounter Pokemon randomly in the wild. You never know when you're going to see a wild Pokemon, or even a Pokemon you might encounter. Randomness is also important for sport games. For an example, football video games use randomness to ensure that unexpected things happen no matter how many times a player plays the game. This includes everything from plays that are called to having the computer players fumble and intercept the ball at random points in the game. Randomness can help keep games interesting and fun. In today's game, the player must control a sprite to avoid enemies that are randomly moving around. This game is fun because the enemies move in random directions. You won't know where the enemies will go next. The next screencast will begin to guide you through the programming of this game. But first, you need to design your project. Take a minute to open Scratch and create a new project. Add a backdrop and add 2 sprites, one as the player and the other as the chaser. After you finish these steps, move on to the next screencast.
All right, that was the first video. So what they asked us to do is add the characters of our escape game. So they told us to add the background here because you only have this small sprite here, this image, this character, and we would like to have a background and then add the chaser character. As you saw from the video, the game will be a character that we are going to control, and the point is to avoid the chaser sprites, the chaser characters. So I would like to escape them. And for the background, what we're gonna do is go on the bottom right here, and you should read choose a backdrop. So you click on it, and then you choose background of your choice. Right. So we can choose whatever you want, and there are also thematics here, like indoor, space, underwater, etc. We're gonna choose a random one. So let's say this underwater too. And you see the background is here. So everyone, you can choose whatever background you want. The one I chose was called backdrop 2 from underwater. And then we are going to choose our character. So delete this one. We don't need this one. And you choose a character, choose a sprite. So always at the bottom right, you click choose sprite. And you what we need is the character that we're going to play. It will be chase sprite. So like another sprite, we'll choose the beetle here. So you click on it. Now you have two things here: the character who we will control, that you will play, and the one that you need to avoid. So that's it for the first video. Tell me if it's good, and we are going to go to the next video. Again, it's you choose the background on the bottom right, and then the characters, you choose them just at its left, choose a sprite. All right, I will leave the floor to Verenia to tell us. You are muted. So just open the second video, and Verenia, you take the rest.
Before moving on to this video, you should have added a backdrop and 2 sprites to your project. If you haven't done that yet, please pause this video and do so now. In this video, you'll learn how to program the chaser sprite to start moving in a random direction and bounce off the walls forever. When computer scientists have large or difficult problems to solve, they use something called problem decomposition to make solving the problem easier. Problem decomposition means breaking a bigger problem up into smaller steps. To make the sprite point in a random direction and bounce off the walls forever, you'll break this problem into smaller steps. 1, move the sprite. 2, move the sprite forever. 3, make the sprite bounce off if it's on an edge. And 4, point the sprite in a random direction when it starts. First, move the chaser sprite. Click the chaser sprite and drag out a move block. Next, program the sprite to keep moving forward. Click Control and place a forever block around the move block. Click the block stack to test. Awesome, the sprite keeps moving forward. Next, program the sprite to bounce off the edges of the stage. Click Motion and drag the if on edge bounce block into your forever loop. Try it by clicking on the forever loop. Good, the sprite is bouncing back and forth on the stage. This wouldn't be a very fun game if the sprite only bounced back and forth like this. To fix this, turn the sprite a random amount of degrees at the beginning of the game. This is a problem that you can break down into smaller pieces. To get a sprite to turn a random amount, you'll need it to turn first. Got a turn block from the motion menu and put it at the start of the program. Each time the game runs down, the sprite will turn 15 degrees before starting to move forward. From the operators menu, select a pick random block and place it inside the turn block. Set the values in the pick random block to whatever you want. Each time this block is run, the computer will choose a random number between the values you selected and turn that sprite that amount. Test your code. Sweet. Now tell the computer when to run this code. Add a when flag clicked event. Now it's your turn. Program your chaser sprite to point in a random direction, move forward forever, and bounce off the edges of the stage. You might break down the problem into these steps. Move forward forever, balance if on edge, and turn in random direction at the beginning of the game. Finally, use a when flag clicked event to start the game.
Right, we are done with the second video. Just someone was asking about the sprites again to explain once more. So before we didn't have the background and we have one sprite. A sprite is a character that you're gonna put inside your project, your game. And to choose a background, you go on the bottom right here, and you see when you go over this button, it will tell you choose a backdrop. So you click, you can choose the backdrop of your choice, the background of your choice. And for me, I chose the underwater 2. You can choose the one you would like. And the second thing is choose a sprite. So you click on choose sprite. Just next to at the left of the choose a backdrop button, you have choose a sprite button, and you can choose whatever you want. And the one we chose was Giga and the Beetle. Giga will be the character that we will play, and the Beetle, the character that we will try to avoid in this game. All right, so Veronia,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
So now, Alexander, could you tell us more about how could we place the spider randomly in this game? And that's all. So are you here, Alexander?
Of course. So first, we need to click on the beetle sprite.
Okay. So you click on the Beetle sprite.
Yeah, exactly. And then we need a motion block. So you've already clicked on it, and the one we need is move steps.
Okay, so the motion blocks and move
The first one, yeah. Move 10
Okay.
steps, for example, yeah. Next, we need a control block.
the control block. So you
Yeah.
go in control block, yeah.
And as we want our beetle to do the section forever, we need to take the forever block.
Okay, so the forever block, this one, we take it, we drag and drop it. Where should we drop it?
Around the move 10 steps block.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So next, we'd need again another motion block.
Yeah, we go back to motion
and you scroll down until you found the if on edge block. Yeah, exactly this one. Yeah.
So it reads if on edge bounce. Where should we put it, Alexandre?
We should put it under the move 10 steps block. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
There.
It's like this.
Great.
All right.
So now we need degrees for the rotation of our sprite.
Just one moment. Maybe we can test it to see if it works. So to test it, you just click on the yellow block here forever, and you see that the beetle bounces. And yeah, so Alexandre.
So again, yeah, in the motion block, we need the turn degrees block. So yeah, for example, the first one or this one.
Okay.
So turn right 15 degrees. Yeah, this one would be great.
And where do we put it?
On the top of the forever block.
Okay.
Exactly. So now we
Should we test it?
What? Sorry?
Should we test it?
Yeah, if you want, but the ideal would be, the idea would be to have a random value for the degrees. So we need to go to the operators block, the green one, and take the pick random block. Yeah, this one.
Pick random block, yeah.
And put it instead of the 15 degrees.
So here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And maybe adjust 10 to 360 or.
Okay. And what does this block do?
Now you can test it, and it should, yeah, random, yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's working. Great.
But what does this block do? Like random 1 to 360?
Every time it's called, it's gonna pick a new value from 1 to 360. So it's
So the
gonna,
degrees, it's how it turns.
yeah, how
Yeah.
the beetle turns at every corner.
Okay.
And now we need the last thing to do would be to fetch in the event block.
Okay. Events.
We'd need, yeah, the first one, the little green flag when the green flag is clicked, yeah. So we
Okay.
add the, the start of the game event. Yeah, great.
Okay. What
And
do we do with this?
yeah, it's great now, and now the green flag just over our game window should work, yeah.
Okay. So this is to play the game, and this is to start the game. Should we test it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So when we click the green flag, the game plays. And we click on the red button just next to it
To stop it.
Great. Vernia. Tell us in the chat if it's not working, by the way.
Yes, don't hesitate to write that in the chat. We're gonna re-explain if you want. And now Adina will tell us more about the second part, which is consists in the player, so the red person. So Adina will tell us more about the person who gonna walk in all the place in the map, and we gonna also duplicate it and make much more obstacles in the game. So Adina, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Could you tell us more, please?
Of course. Now, Raja, please click on the player sprite because now we want to tell the program we want the player to do some actions and not the beetle anymore.
So we click here, this one. Yeah.
Yes. Now, please click on the blue motion menu and scroll down a little bit and drag the points towards block.
So this one points towards block. Yeah.
Okay, so it is already, the value is already set mouse pointer, so we don't need to change it. Okay, now you can click on the block to test it.
Okay.
Okay. So it works, great. Now we want the sprite to move forwards after it points to the mouse direction. You can scroll up and always on the blue motion menu, drag out the move block below the points towards block.
Which one?
The move, it's the first one.
The first one? Move 10 steps.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where should we put it?
Below the points toward block, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can test it by clicking on points towards. Okay, great. Now we can see that it moves. Now, okay, what we have done is great, but as you can see, we have to click several times to make the player move. To make it move forever, please click on the orange control menu.
Okay.
Yes, and drag out the forever block. Okay, now put it around the two blue blocks that we already have. Yes. Okay, now you can test it by clicking on forever.
Okay.
And you can, yes.
So,
move your mouse in a different direction. Okay.
So what was the goal of this? Why is our little character following the mouse?
We want to escape the beetles, so we did this to make the player move and escape the beetle.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay, now you can stop the test by clicking again in forever.
Yeah.
Okay, great. To speed up the player, we can, for example, increase the number of steps in the move block, for example, 15.
Yeah.
Okay. You can test it again. Okay. It's a
Moves
little,
faster.
yes, it's faster and maybe a little bit. You can, I think 10 step is okay, so you can, yes, like this. Okay. Now, I don't know if you people see, but there is a little bug in our program. When our mouse stares at the player sprite, it starts shaking. Yes, like this. When the mouse is not moving and the player has reached the 10 steps, it should stop moving. Okay, to fix this bug, we can add an if statement.
Okay.
So you have to always on the orange control menu, there is an if statement. Okay, this one. Yes, this one. You have to put it, the two motion blocks inside of it. Okay,
Okay.
so there is the forever orange block, and inside it there is the if statement.
So we put
Okay.
the this like this.
Exactly, and inside the forever you can drop, yes, drop the block, drop the whole block. Okay. Is it going too faster or is it okay?
We can ask in the chat. Are you keeping up? Is it? Do you have the same thing, or are you lost? Tell us in the chat if you need us to explain something. Don't hesitate. I think we can continue and then come back when they ask a question.
Sure, sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, then click on the green operators menu on the left sidebar and
Okay, operators.
yes, and drag out the not block.
Yeah.
Yes, here. And drop it inside the if. Yes, like this. You can drop it. Okay. Then click on the sensing menu.
Sensing, yeah.
Yes, sensing. Okay. Please select the touching block.
Okay, touching block, the first one.
Yes, the first one.
Okay.
And please place it inside the not green block. Yes, like
Okay.
this. Okay. Okay. This now reads, if not touching the mouse pointer, then points towards the mouse pointer and move forward 10 steps. Once you arrived, do nothing else. Okay, so now we can test, I think. Raja, please click on forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now that the mouse is not moving, the player stops too. Okay, that is good. Okay, finally, on the yellow event menu, drag the when flag clicked block on the yellow, okay,
Yeah.
the first block, the first yellow block, okay, and put it at the top of our program.
All right.
So now when you click the green flag, it should work. Okay. So that is it.
Yes, Adina. Yeah, I'm here. So, kids, tell us in the chat if there's a problem or if your code doesn't work, and we're gonna help you and we're gonna re-explain the part that you didn't understand. Now, um, we're gonna watch the third video. So for doing the score, and then I'm coming back.
Yeah, all right. I saw a comment saying that the Giga character stopped following the mouse. Make sure you can pause the live and check if you have the same blocks as us, if you have everything similar. Meanwhile, we're gonna put the following video. Yeah.
In this video, you will program the player sprite to follow the mouse pointer. You can make the sprite follow the mouse with the go-to mouse pointer block, but that would make it too easy to avoid the chaser sprites, because the player sprite will always move as fast as the mouse pointer. Instead, program the player sprite to point towards the mouse and move forward 10 steps. This will make the sprite follow the mouse at a set speed each time the loop runs, making the sprite look like it's chasing the mouse pointer. This will make the game more challenging and fun. To start, click on the player sprite.
I think we already watched this video, didn't we? It's the fourth video, I think. The video with the score, right, Veronia?
It's the video with the score.
Yeah. Sorry, I put the
fourth
previous video.
You'll add a timer that will keep score for your game. The longer the player sprite avoids the chaser sprite, the higher the timer score. To start, select the chaser sprite and drag out the timer block from the sensing menu. In Scratch, timer is a variable. A variable is a storage container that holds a value for later use. The timer variable stores the time the game has been played. Click the checkbox next to the timer variable to display the value of the timer on the stage. When a player clicks the flag, the timer resets and starts running from 0. Program the chaser sprite to say the score when it catches the player sprite. Click Looks and drag out a Save for 2 seconds block and place the timer variable inside it. To test, click the flag, then the Save for 2 seconds block. The chaser sprite says the number stored in the timer, which is how long the game has been played. Next, program the chaser to say the time if touching the player. Select the control menu and drag an if statement into the forever loop. Place the say block into this if statement. Finally, complete the conditional statement. If the chaser touches the player, then it should say the value of the timer. Click the sensing menu and drag out a touching block. Change the value to the name of your player sprite. Test your code and play your game. You can also invite your neighbor to take a turn and see if they can get a faster time. If you want to make your game more challenging, add more chaser sprites by right-clicking the chaser sprite and selecting duplicate. Now it's your turn. Tell the player their time using if, touching, say, and timer blocks. Then duplicate the chaser sprite to make more obstacles for the player to avoid.
Yes, kids. So now we're gonna do a very important part in this game. So be attention with us, and if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat. So now for do this part that Brita gonna tell us. So be attention because this part you have to write the code in the middle part. So at the bottom of the page, right? Yes, right here. Please click on the spider on the middle, and we're gonna write the code in this part and not in the Giga part. So be attention for this information. And now Britta will tell us more about the score and how we can duplicate the enemies, so the spiders, to have a more cooler game. Britta, are you here?
Here. Okay, so now we will add a timer that will keep our score for our game. So the longer the players avoid the chaser sprite, the higher the timer score. So click the checkbox next to the timer on the sending category on the menu.
So which block should I go to? Sensing?
Sensing.
Okay.
Sensing, yes. And click on the timer.
So I scroll until I find timer. Okay.
Yes. And now, if we try our game, we can see the timer.
Yeah. It's at the top left.
So now we go to look categories. Looks. Yes. And we drag the block.
So the first one. All right.
Okay, and now we go to control and select an
if statement. Your voice is cutting a little bit, so I select the if statement.
yes. The if, not this one.
This one. Which one?
Yes, the if then. Sorry.
If then. All right. Where should I put it?
And we drag this block at the end of our loop, of our game loop, the forever loop.
Okay, so we put the if statement inside and
yes,
here.
Yes, just here. Okay, and now we go to sensing menu again.
Yeah.
And we drag the block touching.
Touching. Okay,
touching.
so touching. Mouse.
Yes.
Like this.
Okay. And we put it in just after the if.
Inside the if?
Yes, inside the if. Okay, and we change the mouse pointer.
Here the drag and drop menu.
Yes,
okay.
And we put giga.
Okay, so the last one, giga. All right.
Okay. So now we can put the say block, the purple block, into our if statement.
Okay.
Yes. And the last things that we have to do is to the timer. We put timer hello.
So the timer contains the value.
Yes, and we put
it here.
Yes.
What does this block do? This say hello for 2 seconds.
It will say hello every 2 seconds, every 2 seconds, if we try the game.
So, all right. So we put the timer here
on the purple block. Here,
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now we can try. And if we touch, yes, and if you touch our sprite, the timer is the beetle says the timer.
Yeah.
And that's it. So now we will duplicate the beetle. So we go on the beetle, yes. And
then what should we do?
We right click.
Okay, so with our mouse we right click.
Yes, and duplicate.
Yeah, make sure not to click on delete because you're gonna delete your code.
Yes.
So we click on duplicate. You can add as many as you want.
Oh yes, we'll put 3. Yes, and now it's more harder.
Okay. Should we test it?
We can.
Do you see that each one of them?
Okay, and that's it for the call.
So now kids, tell us in the chat if there's any problem, there's any issue, please. I can say yeah, it's going, no problem. Yes, I can see that there's no problem right now. So now we had finished the main game, and it's time to do some bonus because kids, you are super, and we have time. So we're gonna do the first bonus with
Anthony.
Anthony. Yes. So are you here, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm here.
Could you tell us more about the first bonus and what we're gonna do with?
So the first bonus is to play a sound when you catch a beetle. So first of all, you're gonna select a beetle.
Okay, so I select this one.
Yeah, you go on sounds on the top left corner.
Sound. Okay.
No, sounds up. Not sounds. You see, there's code, costumes, sounds on the top left. Yeah,
Sounds.
yeah,
Okay, so the
there.
tab here. Right.
So you're gonna select one sound that you want.
How?
So for that, you will click at the bottom left corner. There's
Okay.
this one. Choose a sound. So you click on it and you choose whichever sound you want.
Oh. Is there a way to listen to it? So if you hover over it, you see that you have a lot of sounds. Okay. Anthony, which one should we select?
Whichever
for
you
our...
want. It doesn't matter really much. Just pick a one that's enjoyable. Yeah, chill is good. Chill is good.
Okay.
So you can return to the code now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you go in sound. Yeah, you're already in it. So you gotta select play sound, the first one. Yep.
First one. Okay.
Yeah, and you're gonna put it in the if condition.
All right. Which one? This one?
Yes,
Here?
this one. Yes. And you can see that cheer is already put in, but if it isn't, you need to put it in because it's the sound you chose.
Yeah.
And so now if you test it, when you will go on the beetle, you will have the cheer sound, but only on the first one. After that, we will need to duplicate something.
Okay.
So now we will need to add sounds to the second and the third beetle. So we can choose to keep the same sound, or we can put other sounds.
Okay. So we go to the other beetles.
Yep. So the
and
second
we
one.
add the sound. Yeah. So same thing.
Yeah, but first you need to check your sound and sounds. You need to choose your sound. Yeah.
Okay. So if we want, we can have another sound. For example, bark. Let's say bark. We can add another sound for the other beetle. So bark.
Yep.
Then
So you go play sound, the first one. Yep.
Yeah.
And you put it in the if condition.
Okay.
And bark is already put in. So if you want to test it, you can do the green flag and it will bark when you catch a beetle.
Okay.
So you can also add the third sound for the third
Last
beetle.
one. Okay. Someone said guitar in the chat, so we're gonna choose the guitar. And yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. You take the first one, you put it in the if condition, and guitar is already put in. So yeah, so it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can choose the one you want or have the same sound. Like it's up to you. It's your game, so do what you like. All right, are we done with this part?
Yep, we put a sound. Yep, and we're finished on this part. So I let Alexander tell us about the second bonus.
Yeah, so the last bonus we'd like to do would be to play our game with a friend. So it won't be online, but it will be using the arrow keys. So to do that, we'd need another beetle or to modify one of them. So let's take, for example, the first one. And we need to So we need to remove, to remove the just after the forever loop, the move 10 steps and the if on edge bounce blocks. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us what are we going to do in this bonus?
We are gonna make 4 blocks which are gonna interact with the 4 directions of our second player.
Okay, so now we will have 2 players. One player is the red one,
The
and then
jigger, yeah.
someone, like a friend of yours or like your brother or sister, can try to control one of the beetles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which block should we remove?
So first we need an event. So go in the events tab.
Okay.
And we need when key pressed. So the second one. Yeah.
Okay, so second one.
All right. And then we need, like for the first one, if it is the right arrow key, we need when, click on space and select right arrow key, for example,
Okay.
So when the right arrow key is pressed, our beetle is going to move, right. So the value is going to be positive. So go into motion. Oh no, you can even take the block from just upper in the forever loop. Just take the move 10 steps.
So when I catch this, what should I do?
The if, we should put it back in the forever loop, and this
With the
one.
if bounce?
No, not edge bounce. No, we don't need it anymore.
Okay, so this here.
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay.
only the move 10 steps block, under the when right arrow key pressed.
Okay, so we don't need
No,
this.
this
Okay,
one
and
anymore. And this one, we are gonna put it under the when arrow right arrow key pressed. Yeah, exactly. But we need another block. We need a repeat until block, which is in the control section.
okay.
Exactly. So now we need the repeat until, this one. Exactly. And we need to put the move 10 steps inside it. And in the operators tab, we need the not block.
Okay.
And in the sensing section,
Okay, sensing.
now we need again the keys pressed, block.
From where?
Just under the answer block. Yeah.
I'll keep press this one. Okay.
Yeah. And we need it inside the not.
Okay.
All right. So now we've got our condition. So if not key, right arrow again. So when we stopped pressing the right arrow, our block, our not condition must be inside our repeat until. Exactly. Yeah. And so as now we're done, we need to do this 3 other times for the 3 other arrows. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we duplicate?
Yeah.
So now we have the code to go when we click on the right arrow, our beetle will go to the right. And we'll do the code for the other directions. And for that, we duplicate. All right. I'm just gonna zoom out so we can see more the code. Okay.
Nice.
So I'll duplicate 4 times for 4 directions. Yeah. What should we change?
So for the the second one, choose which one you want. Yeah, this one,
Okay.
for example, we'll do the left arrow. Yeah, so
Left arrow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
for the not condition, we'll change the key to. So
Left
that will be
arrow.
left
Yeah.
two. And as we are gonna move in the opposite direction, we need it to be -10 steps.
The opposite. Okay, so -10 because we're going to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we change for the left. We change the menu here to put left, and then on the condition, left and -10. What else should we do, Alexandre?
So now we're gonna do the up and down directions. So yeah, let's take for example the up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the not condition, we're gonna change to up. Nice. And so now it won't be about steps. So we need to go back to the motion tab.
Yeah.
And instead of move 10 steps, we're gonna choose the turn. Yeah.
Turn degrees.
Turn degrees, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, drop it. And now just as we're moving up, it's positive degrees. So if we put, for example, our turn 15 degrees instead of the move 10 steps, yeah.
So we remove the 10 steps.
Yeah.
Should we just
Just
move
delete
like
it.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then great. Yeah, nice. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that should work. And
This is for the up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to do the same for the down arrow. So select down, yeah. In the not, choose the down too. Yeah. And so delete the move 10 steps.
Okay.
And yeah, take instead the turn in the opposite. Yeah, great.
This one.
This one. And as it's gonna be in the down direction, we need a negative value for this one too. So
we add a minus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we put the block here inside the repeat until block.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So guys, look carefully. We have the code for the right arrow, the left arrow, the up and the down arrow. If you need to pause the live to compare with your code, do it so you can have the same thing and it will work perfectly. Okay, Alexandre, is there something else we're gonna add?
No, actually it should work now.
It should work. All right. So how should I test it?
Yeah, so launch with the green flag and try to move the first beetle with your
Okay, so see that this one I can control it. So I can how can I take it? Let me just bring it back.
So what we can do would be to modify the values of the moving and turn blocks so that the game would be fair enough for both players.
Right. Should we check again the code? I think there's something missing. Okay, right arrow, not key pressed. But we are only turning, we don't move.
No. Actually, we can't move up and down. We only have the degrees.
We can only turn?
Block. Yeah.
So when I go like this. So when I go. Okay, so when I click on the left and right, when I click on the right, it goes like this, and when I click on the left arrow, it goes like this. And with the up key, it's turning. So I can turn the direction I want. So guys, you can control it and see, like work with it. Okay. And just one thing, should we decrease the speed of the beetles? Because if they're going really fast.
Yeah, maybe. And if if there's an issue with your keys arrows, you could change the swap the move and the turn from the right and left to the up and down.
Okay, so
yeah.
for the up and down, we should have the move blocks, and for the right and left arrow, we should have the turn degrees. Okay, so guys, follow with us so you can fix the code to have another behavior. So we take the 10-step block from the right arrow blocks, and we put the turn 15 degrees like this, and we put move 10 steps like this, and we switch the other two blocks too. All right, should we test it?
Yeah, but in the left arrow, you took the same rotating block as the right one. In the motion tab, you can take the opposite direction rotation for the, yeah. So
I took
you took
this one.
yeah. So
I
this
remove
one,
it.
yeah, you move it to the trash.
Okay.
And yeah, the third one now in the.
So the one we took, yeah. This one we took it for the right.
Yeah, so now we need to take the one that's rotating on the left. Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
like this.
Right.
Okay. So when I go up, it's going up. When I go down, it's going down. And when I turn to the right, it's turning. When I turn to the left, it's turning to the left.
Nice.
Now we have our behavior. Yeah. And if you want to change the speed of our beetle, you can modify the values here. You can play with the values.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure to have minus when it's needed, like this. Okay. Veronia, is there something more we're gonna add to this game, or are we done?
I think now we're done. Yeah.
Okay. So just one thing, we are going to zoom in just for you to look one more time. Okay, so this is the code for the right arrow. This is the code for the up arrow. And you have the code for the left arrow and the down arrow. If it's not working on our side, just make sure to have the exact same blocks as me here on the screen. Okay. So everyone in chat, we are done coding our escape game. Good job, everyone. And tell me if you're done, if everything is working on your side. Tell me in the YouTube chat. Yeah. So just tell me if we are done, and we can go to receiving our certificates. Okay. I guess it's good. All right. I guess it is good now. We are going to go to our certificates. Yeah. We are going to post a link in the chat to receive your own success certificates. We're going to post the link. Click on the link, and you will have to fill a form with your name, your first name and last name to appear on your certificate. And you will have a workshop code. And the workshop code is displayed on the screen now. It's CS166E, and like this on the screen, on our screen. And you will also have it in the chat. So yeah, we are going to post it right now. I'll post it. So click on the link that's posted in the chat and open and use the code. So I'm gonna show you how you can do it. So this is the link. When I open it, I'll just put my name, my first name and last name. So Raja Ben Ali, and then the workshop code. You can take it from the chat, or you can write it like on the screen. So I'll just paste it here. It's this one. And you submit. When you click on the submit button, you will have your certificate. First thing, congratulations, you're done with this code at home session and you have your escape game, and you can send us pictures holding your certificate via our email or on our social media. You can share it or share it with us on social media with hashtag code at home, and we're gonna share it with everyone and show people that you guys worked and did your game, and you can personalize your game or customize it and share it with us how it looks like, so we can share it with people and see your amazing games. And another thing, you can send us your feedback, share with us your feedback. It's a very quick form. You're gonna click on this button and fill the few questions we have so we can improve our code at home sessions. You can tell us what you would like to have in the next. If there's any game you would like to code, if you have any suggestions, you can tell us directly in this form, in this feedback form. So please take the time to do it, so we can see what you liked, what you didn't like, so we can improve. And here you have your certificate. And to download it, you just have to click on the download my certificate button on the bottom here. So if I click, I will have it on my computer. And you can send us pictures with you holding your certificate printed, and we're gonna share it. All right, so that's it for the certificate. And in case you're having issues with it, you can send us an email to codeathome@e-mma.org, like shown on the screen, on my screen right now. You can send us pictures holding your certificate or your questions. If your code suddenly broke or if there's something missing, you can send us an email and we're gonna be happy to help you. This is our last code at home session before next September or October. So to be up to date with the upcoming code at home sessions, you can download our code at home application, where you can see the schedule of the upcoming sessions and register to them. You have the QR code here. You can take a picture with it, use your phone to download the app directly. It's the Code at Home app. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel to see the upcoming sessions when they are posted. And we are really happy to be with you on these Code at Home sessions. We can code with you and you can show us your games, or you share with us pictures. We are really happy to receive your feedback too. And this YouTube channel, everything is recorded and posted. Even the chats, it takes a little bit of time, but it's there. And you can see the previous sessions. You can, if you're curious about the previous session, Code at Home session, you can directly see its replay, YouTube replay, and you can do the game. You can follow each session, and in case you do a previous session, you can send us an email, for your certificates. All right, we are really happy to have you. Thank you, everyone. We are going to end live and end the live in a minute or two. So we, thank you for being here, for participating, and thank you for the whole team who is here with me for supervising this workshop. All right. So someone is asking, when will the next class be? It's not sure. We're not sure yet, but it's gonna be in the following months. So you can download the Code at Home application. Everything will be posted there when we have the new schedule of the Code at Home sessions. And don't forget, for the feedback form, you can tell us what you would like to see in the upcoming sessions, and we'll make sure that at some point to have those sessions for you. All right. So again, thank you everyone for your participation. We're looking forward to seeing you in the upcoming sessions. I'll wait for a second and we'll end the live.